What's up, dudes and dudettes? It's your man, Evan B., broadcasting live from the Butt Cave to bring you another episode in my Nerf Thrifting series. I had a great week Nerf Thrifting this week, and I think without further ado, I'll go ahead and crack into it. Let's see. What do this is always the hardest part, is figuring out where to start. Well, we'll start with an old favorite. I found an almost complete recon. Not not together. This was spread out over the course of several days. I found recon parts. I had a lady who goes to the Goodwill outlet bring me the actual blaster portion, and then all these other parts were found separately. And I've got an extra barrel here. So I couldn't tell you where this puts my recon collection, but it's somewhere ridiculous. And in fact, another interesting kind of along the lines of my recon, I am almost positive I found this stock attachment point floating around in the barrels at one of the Goodwill outlets, and I can't be 100% sure, but I recognized it and thought, man, I think that is a recon stock attachment point. No idea what happened to the blaster. I think it's hilarious, like I said, that I recognized it for what it was, and then when I got it out to my car where I already had this recon hanging out, it was like, yeah, that's the same thing. So I'm not sure what I'll do with it. I imagine kind of one of the things I was thinking about is I've got this pistol splat pistol that I thrifted not terribly long ago, and I've been playing around with this thing a lot lately, and it is just really shoots stock ammunition well, but it's so short. I'm kind of thinking of trying to figure out a way to make a rifle out of it, and so one of the things that I've been kicking around is somehow attaching a stock from a Raider to it, and making kind of like a little SMG kind of thing, and then where I'll bring the barrel out. Not 100% sure yet, but this might play, this stock attachment, random stock attachment I found may play a role in that. I also may do something completely different with it. I don't know. I've still got this weird paintball pistol that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with yet, but that I really enjoy. Speaking of, I found 2 Raider stocks in the blue color. No Raiders attached to them. I think it's interesting that I found 2 of these, but and without the blasters. But these are my favorite stocks, so I am not complaining in the sense that I found these. These are almost long enough for my big goofy lanky butt to use to make blasters useful. So finding 2 more of these. I've got a handful of them, but this was definitely a score. Speaking of big old long blasters for a lanky guy, found a long shot CS6. I actually found not only this long shot, but I found a second front gun missing the handle to it. But it's actually all right because the catch is broken. I've fixed one of these before, where I then hot glued in and then epoxied in scrap plastic to make kind of a temp trigger. These are often found in disrepair, or at least that's been my experience. But this one is in working order. The spring in both of these are just beat, but it makes sense for being kind of an older blaster. So it's not super functional, but it did come with, this one had 2 of the yellow clipazines with it, so that's pretty pimp diggity. I'm stoked about it. So we'll put that in there. Let's see, what else do we got here? Here. Well, this is, I think, an interesting find. I found this bag at the thrift store, and if you look around in here, there's one of those, what's it, the secret shot or sneak shot. You know what? I'm gonna just open this finally, because I'm done monkeying with it. One of the things I found that attracted me to this is a odd colored version of the Sneak Shot, or is it the Secret Shot? I think it's the Secret Shot, the AS1. Those of you who know me know that I have carried various versions of these on my belt, on my keys. I've got the Leonard one here, but sometimes I just carry a yellow one. I found a newer one in package not terribly long ago, and I opened it. It's in really good working order, and so I don't know. So I carry one. So finding one in a variant color I really enjoyed. I don't know if it works because you just watched me open that bag. It came in this bag. These are not terribly difficult to work on though. Let's see. Even if it's not. Yeah. So I'll fix that one up. But one of the other things that I thought was really interesting, in this bag of darts, there is kind of a grabadule of stuffs. One of the things is this big dumb missile, which I don't know what this goes to. I don't know if it's actually Nerf. It very well could be. It's a decent quality foam, and because it has these kind of splashy fins, I wonder if maybe it is. If you know what that is a missile to, they kind of almost look like those rockets that I sent. I don't know if you've seen the Blow No Nerf video where I sent Fowla a couple packs of these of missiles very similar to these. But this is really similar to those missiles. So I wonder if this is maybe just some knockoff thing. Here's a little kind of goofy arrow. But so aside from that, there is like a assortment of streamlines and elites and whistlers and suction cup darts and da-da-da. But one thing I did notice was an old school Mega Dart whistler. So I paid 99 cents for that bag, and I feel like even with that AS1 not working and, you know, random darts that are in various states of disrepair, to me, the bag is worth it for that single dart. I have my three. I actually now have turned my old school Mega Dart collection into 4 Mega Darts because Blow No Nerf Fowla sent me 3 of his darts, and now I have a 4th. And so here's my lock and load. Let's give it a maiden voyage. All right, that's cool. So, yeah, that one dart's worth 99 cents to me. Moving on. I'm not a big melee guy, but here's some melee stuff. I found this at the Goodwill outlet. It is, I cannot remember the name of this sword, but it is one of the Nerf swords. You guys will comment in the comment section and let me know what it's called. It's in pretty bad shape. I imagine with a little bit of duct tape, we can get this back in at least somewhat working order. I'm not a huge melee guy, but I couldn't pass it up. This, on the other hand, this is one of the Nerf Darth Vader. This is the Nerf Darth Vader lightsaber. I already have one of these, but at 49 cents, I felt like this one was a steal. So I am looking forward to dual wielding red lightsabers in a very Asajj Ventress kind of fashion. All right. Couple of night finders. Yeah, I didn't even test these ones. This one's missing. It's a battery door. I just noticed that. Let's see. Decent shape. A couple of Jaguars. Let's see. This one's missing its little clipazine guy, but I have a couple extra ones of these from thrifting, so I went ahead and picked up the blaster anyway. Tech 3, Tech 3, Tech 3, Tech 3, Tech 6. Wouldn't be a F&B video without me dropping something hilarious. Tech 6, Tech 6, Tech 6. Dumb version of a Tech 3, I think. I think that this is a Busby blaster, or it says Excite on it. I just broke it. So that may just go in the trash rather than the bucket. Another barrel attachment for recon. Let's see. Oh, here. I found a Sidewinder. I think what's interesting about this is last week I found just the Sidewinder drum. I don't know much about this blaster, but it kind of reminds me of the Retaliator or the Rampage. It's Mac. But yeah, you know, pretty decent find. I think I paid like 69 cents for this. I don't know, the tag's falling off it. I know I didn't get this at the outlet, but I have another spare drum for it. So, you know, solid win. Let's see. Here's one of those Busby Predator shotguns. I think that these work on those. Oh no, maybe they don't. I thought they might work on one of those shells. But it looks like a dart will slide right into that. No, maybe not. Maybe it does have to have one of those shells. I am not the hugest fan of Busby stuff. I feel like it's all so cheaply made. I know that that's probably gonna grump somebody out, but I don't know. This dart is messed up. Maybe try a sturdier. This looks like a Busby dart. Let's see if that works. Yeah. So it's either this. I don't think this takes those shells. It looks like there's a dart post in there, but I don't know. Maybe it does. But yeah, I paid for that by weight at the outlet. Here's some Busby shells on a twisty chain kind of thing. I'm actually kind of stoked that I found this because I saw a modification for that the Big Shot, the Mega Shot, or the Mega Dart pistol, where somebody had somehow couplered the end of it so that they could, you know, they loaded elites through all these, and it was like a speed loader to use that thing to fire elites. And so I found one of these, and I'm going to do that exact thing because I've got a bunch of those Big Shots or Big Shocks or whatever they're called. I've got a ton of them. Here is the Guardians of the Galaxy. What is his name? The Star-Lord. This is the Star-Lord Mask and Blaster. The only reason I knew that this was a Nerf thing is that I had, when this was still in stores, I had seen it and passed on it because I thought it would for the price point. This hilarious tiny mask, which will not fit my head, but will probably fit my son's face fine. And this tiny little Jolt copy were not useful for my collection, but anyway, I went ahead and grabbed them from the Goodwill because why not? I didn't pay hardly anything for it. I found 2 N-Strike barricades. I really like this blaster. One came with batteries, one did not. But you know, these are pretty sturdy, so I imagine both of them work just fine. Let's see. On an old school tip, here is a Max Force 2112 laser fang. I promised myself I would not forget it. This is an old Max Force blaster. I have not fired a dart through it, so it's kind of nice that I've got these couple of big mega darts. Nice. Still works just fine. So it's kind of cool. When I sent a picture of this to Fowle, and he was stoked that the wings were still intact. So I mean, all in all, this is in pretty decent shape for being, you know, probably at least 20-year-old blaster. And the fact that it just fired that old school mega dart just fine is that's a good sign. That's pretty cool. Let's fire another one. That one is not so good. That may have been the dart more than the blaster. Oh. You know them, you love them. I'm a huge fan of it. The Sweet Revenge or the 5x5, my absolute favorite Nerf pistol. I paid $1.99 for that, which is a little pricey. But then again, considering what they're going for on eBay or Amazon, I don't think you can find them on Amazon by themselves. You have to buy them in like one of those hilarious packages. This is probably one of my favorite, other than the Big Bad Bow, I think this is one of my favorite blasters to modify. I like it so much better than the Hammer Shot because I love its body shape. This might be the one that I go ahead and do the out of darts 7-shot cylinder for because I've been looking for an excuse to get one of those, and every time I get a Sweet Revenge I end up modifying it and either giving it away or yeah, I guess I give them away. I've got my one, and then every other one I give away. So now that I've got this one, I think what I'm going to do is leave it almost entirely stocked, like, ow, oh, right on the toe. Cosmetically, I'm going to leave it alone, but I am going to get one of those 7-shot cylinders for it, just because I think that that's so sweet, and it definitely ends the debate as to whether or not the strong arm or the hammer shot / sweet revenge is better. So yeah, sweet one. Oh, you guys all corrected me when I said this wrong the last time, but the Hyperfire, another one of these. I've got 100 Hyperfires. Let's see. Oh, Recon Light. Does that work? Yeah, it is faint, but it's on in there. Cool. So damn near a whole Recon. Here's one of the Captain Rex Star Wars blasters. I think this is number 3 of these. This one's definitely seen better days, but it looks sweet, and it'll go on the Star Wars shelf. I found another tech target. So the butt range just keeps on getting better and better. This is another one that works. I've shown these in countless thrifting videos because it seems like every week I find at least one of these. But as the way it works is there's multiple games, and then she'll tell you.
Missile zone 1.
She'll tell you, okay, so there's an incoming missile on zone 1. Oh, this is the one that it's hard to tell.
Incoming missile zone 2.
So then you'll. She's making me have to be like, there you go. So when you hit it, it explodes and gives you a point. Anyway, I love these. Speaking of targets, crap ton of target vests. Again, my Nerf Dart Tag vest collection just keeps getting absurd. And there's 4 more to the collection. Speaking of Dart Tag, I found another Mag Strike. So now I have a blue one and a red one. I'll play Team Red. You can come over and play. You can come over and play Team Blue. This one clearly needs some work. My other one looks far better. This one doesn't seem to have the air pressure to really get through a whole clip, but I'm almost positive it's just a seal thing. So sweet, another Mag Strike. Oh, new Strife. I bought a couple of these when they were on sale around Christmas time for $10 at Walmart. And me and Fowler were talking about the other day, like, oh God, I wish I would have bought so many more back when they were on sale, but I totally found one at thrift store prices. The batteries are dead, but they weren't dead when I first got it. I just played with this one. You know, I think I mentioned before, like, I keep all my Nerf blasters in my car throughout the week while I'm so I only have to take like one trip into the house. So basically my back seat just fills up with Nerf blasters over the course of the week. But you know, some of those I play with, you know, and this one was the one that I was playing with at work a lot this week, and I ran through what was left of the batteries. So, oh boy, oh boy. Another one of these Dart Tag pistols. Can't really remember the name of that. Let's see. I got a handful of these bows. You know, I've been buying these as of recent. I never did, but now I've got quite a collection of them. And this week I found a ton of arrows for them. In various states of repair and wear, and apparently somebody's Sharpie name on it. And I didn't know there's differences in these ammos. There's suction ones, and then these big bulbous like wienery looking ones. But it's funny because I found 2 green bows and 1 orange bow, but I found all orange arrows. You know, no rhyme or reason to the thrift store. Oh, except for I found this kind of goofy looking, I don't think it's the same kind of arrow, but it has those 2 little hooks on it. I never did test this. I figured I could make it work with one of these bows. Maybe not. But it has those little hooks on it, so maybe it's with the shorter one. Oh, this is totally gonna work. Yep. So goofy little arrow, but yeah, I found a couple bows, plenty of arrows. Speaking of bows, I think this is probably my favorite find of the week. This is the Airzone's version of the big bad bow called the Scorpion bow. I had never seen one of these before, but this thing is totally BA. Like, instead of it having like the priming mech where the whole body goes back like the big bad bow, it's just this little guy here. I'm not 100% certain, but judging by the way that the air restrictor works down the front, just like the big bad bows, I imagine the modification to this, is going to be somewhat similar to the big bad bow, and I am totally going to make some kind of hilarious Thunderdome Rob / Evan B style big bad bow out of this, singled out. It's got so much more excessive extra plasticky stuff. Oh wow, that is really easy to take off. So look, half the battle is already done in stripping this down. But yeah, this is going to be a pet project of mine this week to get this guy firing elite darts. And just judging by the way it sounds when you cock and fire this thing is going to make elite darts just sing. Alright, so there's that. There's a 25 round drum I found. There's a red 25 or 20 disc vortex guy. Uh-oh. I got a call coming in. Hold on. It's my brother. I'll have to call him back. So 20 round vortex disc clip. That's pretty sweet. Diamondista crossbow. Here's the lid to a Vulcan drum box. These are the kind of things that I debate over buying, and then I eventually just I used to throw this stuff back, and then I always kick myself for it. So now I buy it because sure enough, this week or next week or the following week, I'm going to be poking around the thrift store at the Goodwill outlet, and I'm going to find a drum with no lid. So I bought the lid. Call me OCD, but I have to do it. My brother's calling again. He's gonna get called back. All right, I found 1, 2, a tree, 4 reactors. One of which it looks like has a ball in the end. 1 in the light blue, 3 in the dark blue. It fires a ball. I found a 1, a 2, and a 3 of the buzzsaws. Look. Huh. Oh god, that's the most wretched noise. It wouldn't be an Evan B. Thrifting video without revving one of these and letting it run. Was this one the trigger? Oh, that was fun. So we'll just let those around in the background. And I also found this Nerf ball blaster, which I have not tried yet. I got a brand new set of coof balls. Let's go ahead and pop. Oh, that is a tight fit. That's not going to work at all, I don't think. We're going to put more than 1 and 2. Man, those balls barely want to go in there, giggity. Alright, let's see. Oh man, I feel like I'm going to break this damn thing. Yeah, there we go. So, man, that barely works, but I am totally going to break this if I continue down that path. But yeah, anyway, Nerf ball blaster. Seems like this is another one. Every week I find another Proton. My favorite looking blaster. Certainly not my favorite using blaster, but I will still even pay $1.99 for one just because I love the aesthetics of this blaster. Oh man, we're getting towards the end here. Another set of scoops. Another ball for the scoops. So, I really need an idea on what to do with these. Has anybody else done anything with these? Is there something that can be done? Should I just wait and maybe add these to the piece of cover that I make out of the reactors? You decide and let me know in the comments below. Here's a wee little Nerf football. He's so cute. Here's a dart tag armband guy, so that if you want to look like, I don't know, the Nerf Gestapo, I guess, you've got your Power to the Nerf People armband. I'm not convinced that that'll even take a, see, is there a dart tag dart in? Of course, amongst this mess of darts, there is not a dart tag dart. And I do not have one laying around on the floor, so I can't even test it. Oh well, anyway. Here's a scope to that, whatever that Busby sniper thing is. I don't know why I grabbed it, but maybe that'd be funny if I epoxied that to this. I think I'm gonna make this stupid paint pistol like, and it's not stupid because this thing really like flings darts, but maybe I should totally just make like some kind of wacky Frankenblaster out of this. You know, this scope on it with a Raider stock or something sticking out of the handle. This total little nerfy SMG kind of guy. That's, God. I wish you guys had one of these in your hands because, man, it just absolutely blasts away darts. It's so brutal. I saw these on, somebody asked me about this the other day, and I saw these on Amazon, or maybe it was eBay. Somebody was selling 2 of them for like $37, and I shot it to him and was like, you know, if you want one, here's a couple on it. And he was like, oh, that's too much. And I was like, man, I might buy those, and I didn't. So I wonder if they're still there, but they're the Super Pistol Splat PS800s. Look them up. They are sweet, sweet Nerf dart launchers. Oh, in here, last but not least, some of those like plasticky tipped Toys R Us darts that came with the cheapo foam blaster darts, but it was inside this Air Max 6 Extreme that I don't think works. Maybe it does. Ish. That looks like that's about it. The only other thing I found, hang on one second. You know, I recently found another pump action shotgun in addition to the one that Fowler from Blono Nerf made me. So I found this tripod case at the Goodwill outlet, and I think what I am going to do is use this as a carrying case for my PASs, because with the ball launcher barrel added to the end, this is like the perfect, absolute perfect size to carry 2 PASs. And there's even like little pockety areas on the inside where I can put this speed loader at. And I would probably, as I modify the other one, you know, when me and Fallon go to Nation vs. Zombie together, these are coming with. So that's the package that when I show up at NVZ with, you guys will know what's in there. There are my, ooh, it's even got little D-rings for an arm strap. So when you see this a-coming, you know that Evan B and Fowler are about to wreck some people with PSs. And that is literally the whole show. Hey man, we made it under 30 minutes, just barely. Hey, thank you guys so much for sticking with me. This is Evan B. I hit 350 subscribers this week. I think it probably has something to do with a little bit of controversy which shall not be mentioned. But yeah, I definitely I think cheesed some people off. But also I definitely got a huge amount of support. Turns out that what I thought was maybe an unpopular opinion is a far much more popular opinion. Um, you know, uh, I guess at the end of the day, and you can call me a crybaby for this all you want, but no bully, man. Like it's it ain't cool. And that's from a dude that's lived a pretty hilarious life. So I don't tolerate with people. I don't suffer well people picking on other people. I am all about in my old age bullying the bullies. So that being said, you guys be super nice to each other. I feel like the tone of this video was maybe a little muted, so sorry guys. I've had a long work week. Thank you so much for sticking with you. Thank you so much for all the cool subscribers and the great comments and the epic amount of support and the shout out videos that are like my channel's constantly getting shouted out by other people. I've been invited recently to join a couple other Nerf groups, and man, the channel just it's growing, and it's truly humbling, and it's been a fun ride, and I have a stack of unboxings to do this week. I think starting Monday of the beginning of next week, I am going to put up a unboxing every single day of the week. I piled up a ton of blasters, so there's going to be some interesting stuff there. It's not just Nerf blasters. There's some, well, I don't want to ruin anything, but there's definitely going to be an unboxing every day next week. That is a commitment that I'm going to make to you guys. So we'll do an unboxing and review of at least 5 blasters next week. And other than that, I'm gearing up. I'm trying to get an Arsenal video together. That is taking us insane amount of time because every week I'm bringing in this big of a pile of blasters. So as you can tell, if you just watch the last 3 videos, that's a hilarious collection, but I've done this for months now. So my arsenal is out of control, and it is taking a while for me to organize, and I am trying to get my brother to help me, and he is a huge slacker. So Eric, if you're watching this, get on the ball and get over here so we can get this arsenal video done. I'm trying to think, is there any other updates? Not really. Hey guys, much love. Thank you so much for watching. This is Evan B saying peace and hair grease. Be nice to each other and have a great weekend. Nerf on, guys.